Hello everybody, here we are, and today we are gonna be working on the remaining to-dos on the same project, Google Meet clone project, whatever you call that. And let's see how many things we can just simply get done today. There are just a few to-dos remaining. Most of them are already done. So whatever we had in our mind, we have almost accomplished most of the things. A few of them are still pending, or the new ones that I have got. So let me just simply go through them. And this is how we are going to be going ahead. Overall, for 2 hours I work on this project every day. So as for the duration of this live, this is going to be 2 hours. Okay, coming back to this one, let's talk about the to-dos. So these are the to-dos, by the way, that I had. Fixed meeting history, it's not being saved for the user who joins. So it is not being saved ultimately over here. So should be the overall goal. The goal is going to be like this. When user enters the meeting, so when the user enters the meeting, at that time I have to save meeting info, just like this. So this needs to be saved over here. Let me make it smaller. So this is the goal right now, but let's see how we are going to be accomplishing it. It's not like code is not written for it, the code is written, but that is not working as expected. So I'm going to be just simply focusing on this. So when a user enters meeting, not meetings, actually meeting, at that time I have to save the meeting info in the database. Apart from this particular thing, when user exits at that time, I have to save the meeting info again, like save end meeting time and all. So this is what I'm gonna be doing, but the question is, when the user enters the meeting, that's okay, this is getting saved, there's no problem in that as such, because as per my logic, whenever the user enters the meeting room, at that time what is happening here, just a minute, give me a second, meeting, and when the user actually enters this meeting room, at that time the meeting info is automatically being saved in the database. So initializing, as soon as I'm initializing, this is where it should be happening. Alrighty, welcome back. I hope this Wi-Fi connection is gonna be a bit good. Usually I face the network issue, and this Wi-Fi one really helps me a lot. Hopefully it's gonna be doing the same right now. By the way, this is what I'm saving. Initially the anytime is gonna be null, and when the user actually exits the meeting or leaves the meeting, at that time it's gonna be saved over there. And there are two things. Okay, this is fine. When the user exits, so ultimately when the user exits himself, so when the user exits himself, at that time we have to save the meeting info. And when the host ends the meeting, at that time I have the save info for all. So at that time this needs to be saved for all. So when host ends the meeting, at that time what is happening, host sends an event to the database. So ultimately what happens here, host sends an event to the server, and server broadcast OAD broadcast that event to all. Everybody gets that particular event, and then what happens after that, when everybody receives that particular event, then they are redirected. So ultimately everybody is simply redirected to the dashboard page. So this is what is happening, and host ends the meeting, ends the meeting, and at that time we have to save the meeting info for all. At that time host simply sends the event to the server, that is broadcasted to all the people. Then what happens, everybody is redirected to the dashboard page. Is the meeting info being saved? Not really. So whenever server closes, ultimately WebSocket connection for all, ultimately if they are redirected to the if they are redirected to the dashboard page, that simply means their WebSocket connection is going to be closed. And once WebSocket connection actually closes, at that time I am saving the meeting info in DB. So this is where I'm just simply getting this job done. Okay, and this is actually happening for all. So whenever the WebSocket connection closes, at that time it's getting saved in the database. Okay, what was my problem over here? fix the meeting history. It's not being saved for the user who joins. So for the user who creates the meeting, it is working for that, but for the user who joins the meeting, it does not work for that user. mm, Probably it should be working. Let's see whether it actually uh, works or not. So docker process status, first of all I need to check again. Docker desktop start. Will it start or I'll have to turn on kvm? I think it is started. Okay, great. Docker start MongoDB. It has started. As it says started right now. TurboDev. Let's simply run this. It's gonna be compiled and all. But overall, it should be started soon. So this is the overall things that are happening over here. So when the user, this is the thing that happens when the user actually host ends the meeting. When user himself leaves the meeting. So himself leaves the meeting, at that time I have to save the info as well. And when the user leaves the meeting, at that time what is happening, we are redirecting the user first of all to the dashboard page. So user is redirected to the dashboard page, and apart from this particular thing, I think this is where we need to save the info, or we are saving the info. Let me check. So when the user actually leaves the meeting, component, inside video I have end meeting action, and this is where I have leave meeting as well. So when the user leaves the meeting, at that time what am I doing? First of all, I'm informing others about the user. That is why I'm just simply sending this leave meeting event. So others are informed about the user leaving the meeting. And then if other participants length is 0, that simply means there are no participants remaining. So at that time I'm gonna be ending the meeting as well. So this is what is used for ending the meeting. In the remaining case, I'm resetting the states and all. That is good. But how about the user being redirected to the what? User is not being redirected. Reset meeting. Just a minute. So if user clicks on the leave meeting, if user clicks on the end meeting, he is definitely getting redirected. But if the user clicks on the leave meeting, user is not getting redirected. So I think localhost, because even if I think that I am redirecting the user when I get the event, so I'm sending the event to the backend, and as this is the user leaving the meeting, so the WebSocket connection is gonna be not disconnected. It will not be disconnected. That simply means the event will go to the backend side, and from the backend side I will be getting another event broadcasted to the front end to the all the users, and that's gonna be lib signaling.ts, and that's going to be handle normal server process, handle end meeting, but this is all about leave meeting. Okay, let me see first of all it works or not. Let me click on sign in, new meeting, leave meeting. Well, I am being redirected. The question is, how is the flow? What's the flow here? So whenever I click on this leave meeting, so I send this particular event to the backend, backend in the sense WebSocket server of course, and once here source server.ts, where am I getting the messages? Forget about this, normal server process, and here that is the leave meeting. This is where I send the request. So I'm just simply handling leave meeting over here, getting the index, removing the left participant. Okay, that's great. These are the things that I'm doing. But at the end, inform about left participant. So this is where I'm actually informing everybody about the left participant. Okay, handle the host and the meeting, remove the left participant. How is this working? Remove the left participant from the array, remove the delete array, that's fine. handle host host leaves the meeting. So this is where if host leaves the meeting, the left participant, at that time I'm gonna be informing host, I'm gonna be making another user a host. But if there are more participants in that case, that's fine. Inform others about left participant. So when I'm informing others about left participant, this is the event that I'm sending. So when you as a user left the meeting, something is up here. The overall flow is not getting quite clear. End the meeting because I'm not redirecting the user from here. So question is other participants dot length. Okay, got it. If other participants dot length, if that is triple equals to 0, at that time this particular function is gonna run, and because of that thing user is actually being redirected. But in the remaining case user is not really getting redirected, so I have to redirect the user from here as well, because okay, it works for the host because the host is the last user, so definitely it is gonna work. But if there's another user, so let me do one thing, and that is why it was not working for the users to leave or something. Let's see by the way what's gonna happen. So first of all I'll have to localhost 3000, login over here, raj@gmail.com, PALLSWYD164. Let's sign in, copy just this, paste it over here, click on join. Okay, Raj wants to join the meeting. Let me click on allow. They are in the meeting right now. That's what I wanted. Let me turn on this. Alrighty, apart from this particular thing, once they are in the meeting, so if this particular participant wants to leave the meeting, Raj left the meeting. Okay, I got that, but Raj is still here. That is the problem. And why is this? Because I'm not redirecting the user. So anyhow I have to redirect the user too. So what is the router? I think I'm using router.cr. Let me simply copy it from here and let me paste it here. So this is how user is gonna be redirected. So let me reload the page. Let me please wait until the host allows you. Let me just simply allow. There, it's allowed. And right now if I click on end, leave the meeting, I have left the meeting, and that's what I wanted. Okay, so now at least leaving the meeting works. The another thing is that saving the meeting meeting information. So when the meeting actually ends, that thing needs to be saved, and that is actually getting saved whenever the WebSocket connection is disconnected. So coming back to this one, on the front end side, right, not the server side, on the front end side, signaling.ts, whenever the socket connection gets disconnected, so WebSocket connection closed, if not current participant, of course I'm gonna be returning, but if I have, I am gonna be saving the info of the current participant in the backend. Alrighty, time to check it in action. Okay, let's simply spin up this MongoDB compass, and that is the local database, Google Meet. I'm gonna be removing all the chats. I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have. Meeting information, I will definitely have it here. So let me delete everything so that it's simply easier to check the stuff and all. And once I've done this much, I'm gonna be ending this meeting as well. Let me create a new meeting, copy, paste, enter. Vipendra wants to join the meeting. Let me allow Vipendra. He's in the meeting right now. And let me see. Refresh this. I have got one over here, just one. Just getting one. Why is that so? And from which user side I got this? Who? This is the ID. Who is the host right now? Raj is the host, right? And Vipin Singh Patel is a normal user. Coming back to this one, How am I supposed to be checking this? Over here, let's go to the users. How many users I have? I have 2 users, Vipin Singh Patel and Raj. 6948. Let me come here. Meetings 69B0. That simply means, well, I don't even have this ID. Well, this is not the ID I'm worried about. If I go to the meetings, 6948 and user ID is 6948. Ultimately, Raj, the host information is being saved here, but the information of the participant who actually joins is not being saved. So that's what I have to fix. So whenever a normal participant joins, inside page.tsx, save meeting payload. This is the payload that I have. And set current participant. First of all, I'm checking all these things. Once checked, set current participant. This is just the state. This is where I got the payload. Save meeting history for that particular participant. So I have user ID, meeting title, all these things. If I just simply go here, so what is happening here? I got the meeting ID, got the meeting collection, find one. First of all, I find that particular user using the meeting ID, just like this. After that, if I have the meeting info is already saved in the DB. If I don't have the meeting, in that case, await meetings, insert one meeting payload. So whatever meeting payload that I have, I'm gonna be inserting this. Gonna be getting some kind of response from here. The question is this actually being saved for this particular user? What was the log here? Meeting info successfully saved a start meeting info. I don't think so. So whenever this person joins the meeting, yeah, so this is definitely not being saved. Refresh it. Alrighty, this is not working as expected, so I gotta figure it out exactly what's the reason behind it. Over here, amazing job. What am I supposed to be doing now? This copy this, paste it here, CLG, just like this, saving meeting history. Alrighty, time to check this thing out. And I think I'm gonna be getting it on the backend side only. Let me stop everything. Of course, I have to be redirected now. End meeting. It's not gonna be working anyway. Dashboard page. Let me start it again and see what happens now. Just a minute, give me a second. Okay, then let's continue. So let's simply check this thing out, create a meeting, and once the meeting is created, let's see whether the info has been saved or not. By the way, let me end the meeting one more time. I'm gonna be checking it one by one, would be better. Refresh it, delete it now, refresh this, coming back to this one, create the meeting. Suppose Raj is gonna be creating the meeting over here. What happened? Well, Raj has to sign in again. Great. Launch. invalid email, or literally what have I just deleted right now? User information. As I deleted the user information, let me delete everything now. Great, super. Alrighty, by the way, coming back to this one, everything has been deleted anyway. So if I reload the page, I will be redirected to the sign in again. This time I have to sign up both the passage. Password did not match. Sign in and Raj. Alrighty, here I am. Create the meeting. Simply, once the meeting is created, let me see. Refresh it. Let me go to the meetings. This is the meeting info that I have got. Now the question is, have I got the logs? I'm not really getting the logs here, but I should be getting the logs here. So yeah, saving meeting history. So ultimately the meeting history got saved. The meeting info is already saved in the DB, so it got saved 2 times first of all. Saving meeting history. So D stands for down, right? Page D up U. Why am I not able to scroll? My keys are not working as expected. Never mind. So what is actually happening here? Few things. First of all, initially saving meeting history, successfully saved meeting history. Saving meeting history, meeting info is already saved in the DB. It ran, and after that, saving meeting history did this. So ultimately meeting history got saved like this. So how many meeting histories do I have? Only one I should be having. Yeah, that's right. I don't know why I'm getting the logs 2 times, but okay, never mind. Let me see it now. If the other person joins, then what is gonna be happening here? So closing this. If other person tries to join this meeting, so I should be able to send a request. Great. And let me allow from here. By the way, I should not. It should be saved by the way. I think so. He's gonna be just simply joining the meeting, right? So ultimately, whenever I send the meeting here, okay, let's continue. Just ignore the background noise around me. Can't really do anything. Just work is going on, so as expected, the noise is gonna be there. But I think it's too much. But never mind. Just a minute. Okay, let's continue. What is the problem now? Whenever the participant joins the meeting, page.tsx, this should definitely be triggered, shouldn't it? Meeting info should definitely be saved. Why is the meeting info not getting saved? I should be getting the logs over here. So when a participant sends a request, and when the request comes here, the info should automatically be saved in the database. And saving meeting history, meeting in. Oh, wow, interesting. Let me do it again. So let me deny this particular request. Let me ask the participant to join the meeting again one more time. And as the participant joins the meeting, saving meeting history, meeting info is already saved in the database. That simply means I'm checking the query is wrong. How am I checking this? in the query that I have here, before saving the meeting info, checking it based on the meeting ID. That's great. It should be checked based on the user ID. The question is, I don't have the user ID over here. I'm gonna be getting the user ID from here. I have to check it based on both. I have to check it based on the user ID and based on that particular meeting ID. So when both match, then only I'm gonna be finding it. So this was the issue. Right now it should be resolved. So let me deny this request again and let me clear everything from here. So refresh. I have only one, so it hasn't been quite saved. Okay, let me see this time. The request got sent, and let me see the info. Has that been saved? And turns out yes, the meeting info has been saved. What is the next thing that I have to do? The next thing is that if I just simply deny, so what will happen? Once I denied, there is this null value too. So like for these many seconds, that's right. If the request is actually denied, at the time I have to remove the user from the database as well. So this thing I have to keep in mind. Rather, I have to have as a to do here. So the next to do, that is okay, here, if the host denies the permission, remove meeting info from history, because that's not gonna be your history. You didn't really join the meeting. So this is something that we have to focus on, but we will work on that if the host accept it. So right now I have 3 of them. I have two of them. So ultimately, when you join the meeting, if you are trying to join the same meeting again, at that time the same meeting is going to be overwritten, and that's such a good thing, by the way. So let the host allow, and once host has actually allowed the meeting, right now if you actually come back here and see this, so the same entry is still here, and whenever you end the meeting, at that time this is going to be removed. That's great, it will be working. So let me end the meeting for all. Probably let me make Raj leave the meeting. Once Raj has left the meeting, so the timing that I have over here, 42:27, 41, this should be changed. So if I refresh it, it does get changed. That's great. So the timing changes over here, and if I just simply end the meeting, so the meeting is ended, and once the meeting is ended, the timing for this one should be changing here, and yes, the timing does changes. And if I see the timings of the meetings, so 6 minutes 55 seconds, and it was for how many seconds? 1 minute and 52 seconds. So yeah, it does work. What is the next thing that I have to do? Meeting info is getting saved for everybody. Good plus point. And apart from this meeting info, if you try to join the meeting and host denies the meeting, then at that time the meeting ID you have, the user ID you have, that should be deleted from the database. So if let's simply work on this one, this has already been fixed. We are gonna be working on this particular to do. If the host denies, so the question is, whenever the host denies, I get an event on the front end side, signaling.ts, the normal server process, and that is handle request to join, not really handle, not handle deny joining meeting. So host will just simply send this particular event, and over here what am I doing? I'm redirecting the user to the dashboard page. I'm closing the WebSocket connection, and over here I have the new participant. That new participant contains the information of the meeting ID, and it contains the information of the user ID. Does it have the user ID? It doesn't. So participant ID, what kind of ID is this? Participant ID, this is nothing but the user ID is on this. Let me see. So the participant that I'm actually getting from here, this is nothing but the participant that I'm actually sending while joining the meeting. So when I join the meeting, I should actually rather name it user ID, but never mind. So once I join the meeting for the first time, at that time meeting payload is user ID only. Well, that's what I'm actually saving. What am I? Okay, this is. I should be changing it, or I should not be changing it. Participant.id is nothing but the user ID, so that is also fine. The only thing is that in the database the name is user ID. Normally in the current participant that is just normal ID, so that's fine. So ultimately we have both. Both in the sense, if I come back here in the participant, I have them. Once I have them, at that time we are closing and all, that's good. I have to remove the entry from the database. So how am I gonna be getting the access of the database? Await. Forget about await. First of all, I need to get the collection. I need to get the meeting collection. So get not meetings collection. Once I have this meetings collection here, const meetings. Do I need to await it? I do need to await it. So it's gonna be awaited, and I have to make it a single function. Just like this. Once I have this, and the user is actually denied, so that entry should be removed from the database. So meetings dot delete one needs to be deleted. What is gonna be the query? Where meeting ID is gonna be, let me do one thing, user ID, meeting ID, just like this. And of course I need to await it, but before that, const ID meeting ID, that's gonna be coming from new participant, handle deny joining permission, that's right. And once I got this ID, so as user ID I'll be getting it, and I'm gonna be awaiting it over here. So hopefully what should happen right now, if the request has been denied, so the entry should be removed from the database. Let me see whether it actually happens the way I want it to happen or not. And what am I supposed to be doing right now? Redirected to the dashboard page, and these are the meeting histories that I have, that's fine. Coming back to this one, refresh the page. These are the two histories that I have. Now if the user, if one person creates the meeting, what is the problem here, bro? Modular can't resolve child process, required child process. Where is this? MongoDB lib client. This is what require child process, client component this. And why am I getting this error? Can't resolve DNS, require MongoDB connection string URL process dot this, and sort of import, just a minute. Error for when token is missing in the environment variable. So for token missing in the environment variable, let me try to run it again. Why is this happening? It should ideally not be happening, but okay. Getting the same issue, meeting and this. In that case, Google Meet app modules not Mongo module not found, can't resolve TLS, module not found. In that case, what have I just recently done? Just this much, right? So if I just simply remove this, will it work? It sort of does work. Meeting delete one. Initially, why it happens? From a normal function you cannot make a DB call. I'll have to create an action here probably. And when it comes to creating an action, that's going to be called sort of a server action inside a server. Okay, can I make it a server action? Not sure, but let me give it a try. Server. Use the server. This is where it is not allowed. So ultimately I have to create a function, proper function for this. Not a problem, let me do that too. So when it comes to a proper function, so actions.ts, do I have actions, meetings, this? I don't really think I have a global action over here that is being used. I have leave, I have helpers, I have handlers, but turns out I don't have actions here. Great. So as I don't have actions, so I'm gonna be creating one, actions.ts, but not really actions.ts. This should just be actions, and just enter. Come on here, delete this. Actions, I already have a folder named that. What is that? Where is that? Okay, here it is. Inside this I have this meeting actions and save meeting end history. This is being used for that. What I want that export const delete meeting history. It's gonna be a sync function, gonna be getting user ID, that's gonna be string, gonna be getting meeting ID, that's gonna be nothing but a string. Just like this, try catch block. I have to just simply delete clg error deleting meeting history, and if that is actually deleted successfully, then come back here. Let me cut this all like this. Immediately invoked functions, so well they work, but ultimately use server that doesn't work inside them well. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead. It is gonna be deleted, and once it is deleted, clg meeting history deleted successfully. Okay, coming back to this one, and I'm gonna be calling this server action. So delete meeting history, this is the one that I have, and I'm gonna be passing user ID over here. I'm gonna be passing meeting ID over here, and it should work. Yeah, it does work right now. So the main problem with the function inside from the normal function, you cannot directly make a db calls, and because of that thing I was getting the error. And for this one, of course, I can await it. So this is how it's gonna be going on. I'm in the meeting. Let me just simply end this meeting. So coming back to this, how many entries do I have? I have 3 entries over here. What I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna be deleting all these entries that I have. All of them are gonna be deleted. Once they are deleted, let me just simply refresh the page. Hopefully this is gonna be it. It's gonna be over. So let me create a new meeting. Created. Let me check first of all. Meeting history has been saved. Let me paste it over here. User wants to join the meeting. I need to allow from here, but before that, let me come back here. Another meeting history has been saved. If the host actually denies the meeting, deny all, just click whatever you want. If the host denies the meeting, then this history should be removed. So refresh the page. This history is removed. Now let me ask the user join the meeting again. Host is gonna allow this time. The host has allowed. Once the host has allowed, let me see. I have 2 entries. Let me ask one more user, probably from Brave browser. I'll have to sign up first of all, because only an authenticated user joined the meeting. So unstoppable @gmail.com PAWSWYD1234 PAWSWYD1234. This user is also gonna be joining the same meeting. So let me just allow, let me see whether I have got one more info here or not. I have got one more meeting history here, but if the host denies this, then let me just simply refresh it. That's gone. Let me ask that user join again. Please wait until the host brings you into the call. Okay, great. Coming back to this one, let me allow from here. 3 people are in the meeting right now. Great, and I'm even able to see them. 3 people are here, 3 people are here, and similarly 3 people are here in the meeting. What is the next thing? The next thing is the chat option. First of all, this should be working. So yeah, 3 people are in the meeting right now. Now let's talk about this chatting thing. So I'm gonna be sending hi to everyone. Hi. So everyone should be informed about that hi message. So I got this hi message over here. I got this hi message over here. And not only that, I can even send this hi message to Raj specifically. Let me just do it like this so that it is actually visible. So this message, chat message I have sent, I can send it to the everyone. I can send it to Raj, or I can send it to Vipendra. So let me send it to Raj. Hi Raj. The message is gonna be sent only to Raj. So let me see. Only Raj has received the message, and from Unstoppable to Raj, this is the message. Here I didn't get. Let me send the message to Vipendra. So hi Vipendra. The message has been sent to Vipendra. So right now Vipendra got the message, Raj did not. Great. From here, let me do one more thing. Let me send the images. These images, but these images are actually gonna be sent only for Raj. Let's see whether it works or not. So these are the images that I have, and Raj, these images are for you. Let me send them. So okay, these images have been sent, but they have been sent only to Raj. So only Raj received these images. Vipendra did not receive them. Great. And let me send it to some of them to Vipendra, or maybe one image to Vipendra. So if I select Vipendra over here, this particular logo is going to be sent to Vipendra. So let me click on send. So the logo should be sent. So let's see. Come back here. These are the images that Raj got. This is the image that Vipendra got over here. Pretty good. What is the next thing that we have to do? This particular thing is already done. From Vipendra, Raj's side, I can send a message to Vipendra. So hi Vipendra. I sent the message. Vipendra received the message. The Unstoppable did not receive the message over here. So yeah, it is working quite well. What is the next thing? The next thing is that who is the host over here? Raj is the host over here, right? Yeah, Raj is the host. If suppose for some reason Unstoppable reloads the page, then what will happen? Let's see. Unstoppable reloaded the page. Then Unstoppable will join the meeting again. Yeah. So the meeting joining happens automatically, and even others are informed that okay, even here the person has joined the meeting. Similarly, let me reload the page of Vipendra. So Vipendra left the meeting, will leave the meeting. So it has left the meeting. Now it will be back in the meeting again. So this works quite great. How about the chats? Chats are actually gonna be there. So it's not like chats are gonna be removed. Even if you come back later, you will have all your chats here. This is problematic. When you join the meeting again, you will be seeing all the chats. So I'll have to filter it actually when you are getting all the meetings. So this is really a big one, because I'm saving the chats in the database. So whenever the participant reloads the meeting and when joins the meeting again, at that time participant is actually getting all the chats. Should it happen? Not really. The participant should be getting the chats that are sent to this particular user or to everyone. So this is the filtering thing that we have to do. But we'll be doing it later. Like this is also to do, and a pretty simple one. It's not like it's a difficult one. We can easily fix this. So when the page is reloaded and chats are fetched at that time, filter the chats based on the user who received the chats, just like this. Okay, we will be just simply doing it. So this is also one of the things, kind of a really good one, good bug that we have here. Now the question is really a good thing. I have the chats here. I should have the chats anyway. Refresh it. So I do have the chats over here. These are the chats that I have. Now if the user actually leaves the meeting, so suppose Unstoppable is gonna be leaving the meeting right now. So Unstoppable left the meeting. I got the message over here. Unstoppable left the meeting. Great. If host ends the meeting, by the way, once Unstoppable left the meeting, the timing should have been saved there automatically. So if I check out the meeting history, so I should have 3 meeting histories. Yeah, the timing got changed for Unstoppable over here. Coming back to this one, I'm not gonna be leaving the meeting now. I'm directly gonna be ending the meeting from the host side. So if host ends the meeting, it is ended for both. If I come back here, these are the timing that got changed. The another thing is that I should have no chats because the meeting ended. There's nothing related to meeting that is important right now because that has been ended. So I should be getting no chats right now. All the chats have been deleted. I should neither be getting the images. So because I was saving images here, so let me see whether the images got deleted or not. So what was the password? Let me see if this is the right one. Yeah. So over here the images inside the S3, they should be deleted, or they should have been deleted by now. So let's see, inside S3 I should not have any images because once the meeting got deleted, meeting ended, all the chats related to the meeting, all the images, all the files related to the meeting, they should be removed. So let me see inside this upload folder, do I have them or not? Uploads, I should have only 3. Well, I have 4. These are the extra images like the profile pictures and also not, let's not worry about them. But overall the lots of images that we sent, they have been removed, and that's what we wanted. So great job. This is already done, and it is sort of working. There is this problem. I need to reload the page probably. Minus this. 7 minutes 9 seconds. How about this one? 7 minutes 43 seconds. Initially I got some time in the that was in minus or something. That is also one of the bugs, but these bugs are pretty simple ones. We can just easily fix them if we just give enough time. But overall things are working. What is the next thing that we have to do? The next thing is that if the user reloads the page, because overall things are done, so from tomorrow onwards we will be working on the better auth section. How much time is remaining right now? It has just been 46 minutes, so even today we can start working on that. Let me fix the last bug, that is whenever I am host. Okay, I have to add this one as well. If host denies the permission, this is done already, so let's remove this. Let's simply work on this particular to do first of all. So whenever I get the to-dos on the dashboard, not dashboard page, inside the to-do only. So whenever I fetch them from the database, so whenever the page is reloaded, at that time I fetch them and then I set them. So that's where I have to work on. So it's better to fetch some required ones instead of fetching all. That would be better. So if I actually go to the app and meeting ID components, panels, chats, inside chat, the chat messages where I'm actually just simply showing them. That's gonna be the chat panel. Inside the chat panel, what am I doing? Inside the chat panel, I have the chat message, I have the chat input, and inside chat messages, I'm just simply passing all the chats, and they are getting rendered, right? So when it comes to, just a minute, give me a second. So use effect is here, and am I making a call to get chats? This is the action, server action, right? Yeah, so this is the server action. So what I have to do over here, I make a request using the meeting ID, and what I have to do, using the meeting ID, so all the chats I get for that particular meeting, all the chats I get for that particular meeting, what I have to do, I have to get all the chats for that meeting, but those chats should be for this particular user. So the chats that I get, what all am I saving in the chats? Well, they cannot really be seen right now, so I'd better just simply create a new meeting quickly and send some chats from here. Okay, these chats have been saved, and coming back to this one, if I refresh the page, the other chats I have sent to here. Okay, and I have send it to everyone and send it to that particular everyone. So they've been sent to everyone right now. Let me ask another participant join the same meeting so that I can check it on the go. Send to can be an ID as well, so let me allow from here, and it would be better if I can just fix it on the backend side only, so that I'm gonna be getting the needed result. So let me send it to Vipendra right now. So they've been sent to Vipendra only, and coming back to this one, refresh it. So right now they have been sent to everyone, the top ones. What, everyone? Am I actually sending them to everyone all the time? Send it to everyone, send it to everyone. So when I'm actually saving them, they are being sent for everyone. Already, this is where we are making a mistake. So by default, chats are actually, they're being saved the right way, but they are being sent the wrong way. Use a chat. We have chat payload over here. This send to can be what? This send to can actually be everyone, or it can be ID as well, any ID. So that's fine. The question is, where am I saving them in the database? So save to DB. I'm saving what? I'm saving this particular chat payload. So if I'm actually saving that chat payload, so the value of send to should be changing. Shouldn't it be? So await save db chat payload. I have to save it in the database. So the value of chat payload that I have, chat payload, it actually comes from here. It has send to over here. That send to should be different, because from Raj it was sent. Okay, I didn't really select Vipendra. Sorry, that was my bad. Okay, the problem is that once the Vipendra I have selected, I am already converting it back to the everyone. So that was something that I missed. That simply means somewhere I should have the ID as well. So let's see, everyone, but here I have the ID of the Vipendra. Okay, that's great. We do have the ID. So what is the next thing? The next thing is that whenever I'm fetching the message, it is working great. I thought it wasn't, but it is. So close where I have to go, chat messages. Whenever I'm getting the message, so chat panel, this is where I'm sending a request. So whenever the current participant changes, at that time I'm making a request to get the messages, and when I'm getting the messages, so I'm just simply sending meeting. What I have to do, I have to send the user ID as well. So let me send the user ID here. The question is that how will I be getting the user ID? and I can easily get from the current participant. So I already have the current participant. So current participant dot id is gonna be the user id over here. The question is that what if the current participant value is I'm already checking that this should definitely be here. So inside get chats, I'm gonna be getting the user id as the second param. So this particular thing is done. Once I got the value of the user id, so when I'm actually getting it from the database, so chats, do they have the user id as well? No, wait, I have to get all the chats anyhow. They don't have any user id and all. They have the sender id, the sender who actually sent them. And so just a minute, the user id I have. So if the user id is the same as mine, so I should be getting all the chats. This is the first thing. And if the user id is not the same, that could be, let me get all the meetings from here. So I'm already getting all the meeting info. So the result that I got, once I got the result, I have to just filter the stuff over here. So got the result from the meeting that belongs to that particular meeting. Once I got that, so I'm gonna be checking one thing. If I have to send the result for this particular user, so if the sender id is everyone, sorry, if send to is everyone, or there are two things. Come on, let me delete this. So ultimately there are two situations. What is the first one? The first one is that you are the sender. If you are the sender, when you reload the page, what should happen? You should get all the chats. Doesn't matter to whom you sent. Is that so? If you are the sender, that simply means sender id is gonna be equals to current participant id, right? So if you are the sender of the chat, you should be getting all the chats without any filtering. This is the first thing. The second thing is that you are not the sender of that particular chat. In that case, first of all, you got the chats which you sent, and then you need to be getting the chats that were sent by others to you, that too in the right order. Got it? So the first condition is gonna be check if you are the sender, push it to the chats array. This is the first step. The second thing is that once checked, and if you are not the sender, that simply means someone else is the sender. So if you are the sender, do this. In else case, if you are not the sender, at that time you have to check another thing. What is that another thing? If you are not the sender, someone else is the sender. When someone else is the sender, you have to check send to. If send to is everyone, push it to the chats array. As simple as that. So inside the chats array, I'm gonna be pushing it. What is the second thing? If send to is your personal ID, so your current participant dot ID, if that is also equals to this, so push it to the chats and then return the response. This is what we have to focus on. Okay, so let's simply get it done one by one. So first of all, whenever sender, this is where sender reloads the page. Okay, if a normal user reloaded the page, it's gonna be normal user, that person reloads the page, then the same thing is gonna be happening. So ultimately it doesn't matter sender and all, this is gonna be actually for normal user only. So if user reloads the page, it is this particular condition is gonna be applied. So if user reloads the page, I have to get all the chats. I'm already getting all the chats. Then I have to check if that is a sender, and I have to even create an array over here. So first of all, in here const chats is gonna be an array, chats arr, chats array. Okay, once I have this chats array, so I have to check a few things. What are those few things? The first thing is that if the result that I got, one more thing, result is fine, that simply means result is nothing but the array. So result chats array, just like this. I know this is not the best, but okay, never mind. So this name is not the best, that's what I'm saying. But result chats array, once I got chats array result, okay, that's fine, forget about the name, let's focus on the main business logic. So I got this result chats array, so ultimately chats array response, so I got chats array response. And what should I name this then? Chats list. This is what I'm gonna be returning from here. And once I got this chats array response, then what will I be doing? What is the next thing that I have to focus on? Got it. Then check if the sender ID in the sense sender ID of that particular chat is equals to the that simply means I have to loop. So for looping through the chats, I'm just simply gonna say chats array response dot for each. I'm gonna be getting up one chat here, and over here I have to check if chat dot sender ID, because chat is definitely gonna be containing the sender ID as well. It does contain the sender ID. So if chat sender ID triple equals to user ID that I have, in that case user ID in the sense current user, the user who sent that, in that case I'm the one who is the sender of it. In that case chats list dot push, and I'm gonna be pushing this chat there. Great. And what is the else case? Else if actually. The else if condition is that if I'm not the sender, then I have to check whether this chat has been sent to me or not. So that simply means chat dot send to if that is either equals to everyone, or chat dot send to is actually equals to the user ID. This is the second condition. So if either the chat was sent to me, either the chat was sent to everyone, so I should be getting that, or the chat was sent to me, then I should be getting that. And I'm gonna be chats list dot push. I'm gonna be pushing it inside chats. Chat is going to be pushed. These are the two conditions. And when it comes to returning, so I'm gonna be returning this chats list from here. What is the problem? This chats list should be returned from here. And variable chat list implicitly has any type. It does not have any type. Okay, it has any type, that is the problem. So what is the type of the chat? Do we have the type of the chat here? We have the chat payload. Let me see if that is exactly the right one or not. So ID, sender ID, yeah, we have everything. So luckily we already have the chat payload, and this chat is not a parameter chat payload. With ID document is not assignable to chat payload. So this chat has the ID with the document. That is the problem, because the chat that I'm actually getting, that is coming from the MongoDB side, and this has the ID as well here. So well, that's problematic. Why is that problematic? I am creating my own ID for the chat, and MongoDB is also creating one, so they are gonna be conflicting. So this is what I have to fix. So whenever I'm saving the chat, so send the chat, not send the chat, send the chat input. Whenever input container, whenever I'm saving the chat, I have this ID from my own side. Do I need this here? Do I need this here? This particular ID that I'm actually using. because at the end I'm setting it. So there's only one way. First of all, save it in the database. Once it is saved in the database, then set it. Then it's gonna be time taking. Okay, then it's gonna be time taking. So how about setting the ID directly? So instead of making it this, I'm gonna be making it like this ID. That way the ID itself is going to be saved probably. So chat payload, coming back to this one, use chat. So the state that I have, so the chat payload will have the ID here by default. I hope I should be able to set the ID from my on side. Okay, this is done. So let me delete all the chats first of all really quickly. All the chats are gonna be deleted and end the meeting. And this meeting as well. Let me create a new one. Let me send the chat. The chats have been sent. Now if I check this thing out right now, refresh it, this time I don't have the ID generated by MongoDB, rather I have the ID generated by me. That's good, that's what I wanted. And now what will happen, when I'm actually getting the chats back inside this particular action, so the chat payload, this chat payload, it is gonna be having this particular ID as well. So now it should not be problematic. So why am I still getting this error? You are giving it chat payload, making it an array. Okay. Argument with ID document is not assignable to parameter chat payload. That is the problem, right? With ID document, got it, yeah. So what I have to do, that I got this particular response, right? Once I got this response in the array format, json.parse json.stringify. How about this? Once this is done, so I have chats array. The chat I got that has implicitly any type, that will actually have chat payload type. Once it has the chat payload type, I'm gonna be just simply pushing it like this, gonna be sending it like this, the job will be done. Let's see whether it works or not. Let's see, time to just simply check it. Let me end the meeting directly from here and see. Here we are, keep it on the left, create a new meeting, created. Time to check this chat thing on, chat thing first of all, but before that I have to empty all the chats, that they are already empty. There's nothing. Let me send the message. I send this to Vipin, everyone. Now I'm gonna be sending it to, well, I haven't allowed the another participant. Let me allow. The another participant is also here. Coming back to this one. So these two participants I have. I'm gonna be inviting one more. That's gonna be coming from here. So I have to allow the participant. Okay, so there are 3 participants right now. What I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be sending the messages from here. So for everyone I have it, and then for Raj, message for Raj, then for Vipendra. I sent these messages. Coming back to this one, I got it for Raj, I got it for everyone. I got the message for everyone, both the sides. Then I got the message here for Raj, I got the message for here Vipendra. So yeah, it is the working. What is the next thing? The next thing is that if I reload the page, then what will happen? Great, I have joined the meeting again, and if you actually have a look here, I'm not getting all the messages. It was sent for everyone, so I'm getting it. It was sent for Raj, so I'm getting it for Raj. But this Vipendra's message, the message that was actually sent for Vipendra, I'm not really getting that. That simply means Suppose from here I'm gonna be sending some images, these images, and these images are actually gonna be sent for Vipendra over here. Let me send these images. So these images are sent from my side to Vipendra. So Vipendra got the images. If Raj reloads the page, ultimately the host, he is the host if I'm not wrong. Well, he is not the host, he is the host. I think Raj is the host and comes back, yeah. So Raj reloads the page. So Raj doesn't get the images. If Vipendra reloads the page, Vipendra still has those images. If this participant reloads the page, wait for a while. Let me see. This participant also has that particular image. So ultimately, the messages, they are being sent to the right user even when you are reloading the page. That simply means when you reload the page, you are getting from the database. When you are getting from the database, you are actually filtering whether this particular chat should be displayed on this particular user's screen or not. So yeah, that's great. We've done it. Congratulations. We have actually come far from away. I mean, far away from where we started long time ago. So yeah, let me end the meeting. So the meeting is ended for this and for this user as well. And right now, if I just simply refresh the page, this minus is not making sense. So minus hours, minus minute, minus seconds, end minus. So whenever I'm calculating, so this is where I have this issue, and the same issue is even here. Reload the page to see, this is fine. So this is where I'm facing this issue. Why is that so? How am I calculating the time? The thing is that by the time I get it here, at that time, the timing hasn't been saved in the database. Because the end time hasn't been saved in the database, I'm getting this minus over here. So what I have to do to fix this, what can I do? Where am I saving the timing? We actually have to do quite a lot of things. Okay. Ending timing, the timing is not saved, so I have to go to the dashboard page. App main dashboard page.tsx. Over here, recent meetings, and when I'm actually calculating the timing, there could be possibility that the end time is actually gonna be null. If the end time is null, we don't have to calculate the timing. So get a duration. When I'm actually getting the duration, so I'm sending end time over here, and when doing this, probably here I have to check it. If end time that I have is equals to null, in that case I have to return from here. That simply means it's not gonna be calculated. Okay, great. Do I have to return or not? In that case, return a time. I'm gonna be returning another thing. I'm gonna be returning reload the page to see. This is how it's gonna be going on. Let me see whether it works or not. Okay, this copy paste, this is gonna be the last thing. Okay, let me allow this participant, allow all. Great. Now if I end the meeting from my side, end it. Now I'm getting reload the page to see, reload the page to see. If I reload the page, I'm actually seeing 16 seconds. If I reload the page over here, I'm gonna be getting 10, how many, 8 seconds or something. Congratulations, it is working. Okay. What is the next thing? How long has it been? Really worried about the timing. Well, I thought it will take a lot of time, but things are done. Great. Let's simply work on the better auth section right now. This UI, let me work on this a little bit. So working on UI means the increasing the width and all. So that is just all about Tailwind CSS over here that I'm actually using. So if I actually go to the dashboard page right now, so I was actually over there, this dashboard page, page.tsx, and what do I have here? Base this. Do I have width here? Okay, width 50%. So this width 50% is gonna be on large, otherwise it's gonna be full or something. Okay, that's great. So this has been resolved right now, that's what I wanted. So on large width is gonna be 50%, otherwise this is gonna be this much. So if I make it smaller, then it doesn't work great. So now I have to just simply convert it to the flex column and all. So that's okay. Let's not worry about the designing a lot. This is optimized that much. What else could be better than this? If I go to the dashboard page, profile page. The profile page actually looks like this. I can update it, but I can reset it this as well. I will have to enter the password to just simply update the password. This anyway works. This is the thing that I have to focus on. Better auth is something that I'm gonna be working on tomorrow. Because it's not like if we have time we can even work on that today itself, but before even that I have to add this particular option here. So meeting hosted, that simply means you were the one hosting the meeting, and joined, you were the one joining the meeting, and this. So what I have to do, how many to dos we have gone through? To do is host, render the host ended meeting message. We have to work on this. Add the meeting timer, add these are the features. Add is host to the meeting info. So what we have to do, we will have to change a lot of things for this particular feature anyway. We will have to change our whole schema anyway, but we will work on that. If you click on edit profile, you will be able to just simply get the option for changing the name. Raj the coder is the name, and let me choose a good image. So this is the image. Let me just simply save. So it is going to be saved. Great. So this is done. Coming back to this one, if I refresh the page, okay, I already did that particular profile, new profile. Great. What is the next thing? Here we are. Delete this, and the next thing is that what is the next to do? I have to add is host property to the meeting history. No, not meeting history. Meeting history. If I go to the meeting history, I have this sender user ID over here. That simply means who was the user who created that meeting. What is the meeting ID? What was the meeting ID? So the user ID we have here, the meeting ID we have here, and what we have to add one more thing, and that is the user who actually created the meeting. Was that a host or that was a what? Or that user was a normal participant. So first of all, this is what I have to add over here. And by directly it is not possible, because when if I go to app meeting page.tsx, so over here I am saving the meeting history. So this is where meeting history is being saved. Just a minute, give me a moment. Alright everybody, got some work to do, so I have to just simply go for that. I'll be back, and how much? 17 minutes, right? So ultimately we have to be live for 50 minutes at least, not 45 minutes. So I have to just simply work on this particular project for 45 more minutes. So I'm gonna be back and I'll continue. 2 hours are gonna be given anyhow, but before that I have to go and get the work done. I'll be back and then we will start from here. The problem is that when we are actually saving the history over here, at that time we don't know, because the WebSocket connection hasn't been established yet. So we don't know whether the user is actually the host or not. So is host is actually gonna be null, or let's make it is host is gonna be false here by default. So I'm gonna be keeping is host property false. by default over here. That simply means when it comes to the meeting payload type, so I'm gonna be having user ID, I will have is host, and that's gonna be boolean over here. Let me get it done anyway, if I have time. And what will I do whenever the meeting ends? When I'm actually ending the meeting, at that time I know whether I'm the host or I'm not. At that time, that simply means whenever the meeting ends. So where am I? Make it quick. Leave signaling.ts. Whenever the meeting ends and the connection closes, so I have the current participant. This current participant has participant payload. This participant does know that you are the host or not, right? So when I'm actually ending the meeting, so at that time what am I doing? When I'm actually ending the meeting, I'm saving the end meeting history. So at that time what I have to do, at that time I have to pass the value of is host. That's gonna be current participant dot is host, and this value is gonna be just overwritten. So when I'm actually saving this value, so I'm gonna be getting the value of is host when I'm actually ending the meeting, and that's gonna be, luckily I thought I would have to change a lot of things, but it got done. So that's such a good thing. And whenever I'm just simply setting the value, so anytime is going to be set, and at that time is host is gonna be set as well. That's simple. So that's what we have to do. The job is already done. Now we have to just simply fetch the values and all, and that's it. So this particular feature is implemented as well. We have to just simply change make some changes on the UI part. But yeah, whatever we had to do, that got done. What is the logic? The logic is that when the user joins, when I'm saving the history, when I'm saving the history for the first time, I don't know whether the user is a host or not. But when I'm ending the meeting, at that time I know whether that is the host or not. So host or not. And when I'm ending, I'm already saving the meeting info again, saving meeting info, because I have to change the end time. At that time I can even send this thing as well, like so when saving the end time, so I'm gonna be saving the end time, and at that time I'm gonna be saving the each host as well. So if his host is false, if that is actually a host, that will become true, and this is how it is gonna be going on. Great job. Having said that, I'm gonna be back. I have to go for some work. Until then, take care, keep coding. I'm gonna be catching up soon. So now we have to work